Good evening, sports fans, and welcome back to another edition of Gino's 40th anniversary game of the week. Tonight, the 15-4 Warriors travel to face the 7-11 Queens. The Warriors are 4-3 in league, and the Queens are 1-7 in league. Tonight is the Queens senior night, honoring 4 seniors on the team. First one, number 2, Taya Brown. Number 4, Deja Head. Number 10, Mabel Parazu. And number 20, Michaela Jane. So we'll be right back after a quick break to talk about the last time these two teams played, their season record so far, and what the playoffs look like. We'll be right back on mybasin.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the
Like I said, it is the Queens senior night and the Panthers senior night, for that matter, here out at Chiloquin. I'm Walter Hartley, broadcasting this game, the 40th anniversary Gino's Cafe game of the week here on mybasin.com. Looking over the last time that these two teams met, the Crosspoint Warriors came out ahead 73-38. Back at the Warriors court. I covered that game, and it was a good one. And now to look at the playoff picture for these two teams. So the 1A the 1A bracket has 32 teams. There's 24 teams that automatically qualify based on regular season and or district tournament play. Each league determines how they will select their 3 allotted playoff spots. So what that means is that this game, the Crosspoint Warriors are 1 game behind Central Christian. Central Christian is 5-4 in the league. Crosspoint Warriors are 4-3 in league. So if the Warriors win this game, then they'll be 5-3 and they'll be ahead of Central Christian and be an automatic qualifier for the playoffs. Chiloquin is out of the playoff picture. They're 1-7 in league. But yeah, so that's what's at stake here is the Crosspoint Warriors. They need to win 1 game to get into the playoffs. And hold their position as 3rd in the Mountain Valley League. So Like I said, last time these two teams played, Crosspoint came out ahead with a pretty sure-handed victory. We'll see if the home court advantage for the Warriors can change anything about that tonight. I'm excited to call this game. I'm looking forward to it. We'll be right back after another quick break for starters and tip-off. MyBasin.com.
Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance. Thanks for joining us.
So after that quick senior ceremony that we had there, we're going to warm up for another 4 minutes and 11 seconds. While we do that, I just want to shout out Taya Brown, Deja Head, Maybelle Perezu, and Michaela Jane. Michaela Jane had a season-ending injury a little while ago and has been out ever since. She really held it down for the team early in the season. It was sad to see her go, but since then, the Chiloquin Queens have been 1-7 in league. See, they started out the season. They were 6-1 starting out the season, and then after that happened, after that at the Antler Classic, we were there to film it. They've been on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've been 10. They've been 1-10 since then. Tough to see her go. On the other hand, the Crosspoint Warriors, they've been on a 3-game winning streak. Lost to Central Christian, the team that they're 1 place behind. They lost to them by 5 points January 30th. Their overall record is 15-4, but their league record is 4-3. They're ranked number 24th in OSAA rankings. So, like I said, they just got to get that 1 win to get back ahead of Central Christian and hopefully make the playoffs in 3rd place in the Mountain Valley League. All right, I'm going to step aside and take one more quick break before we actually get to tip-offs, starters and tip-offs. I'll be right back on mybasin.com.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at
Walter Hartley joining you here at the Crosspoint Chiloquin Panthers, at the Chiloquin Panthers court here, Chiloquin High School. As the Chiloquin Queens, the 1-7, host the 4-3 Crosspoint Warriors. Going over some starters here, we'll start off with the Crosspoint Warriors. Number 0, a senior, standing at 5'5", Hannah Langford. Number 2, a senior, standing at 5'7", Kira Mahan. Number 4, a freshman, standing at 5'6", Riley Paulson. Number 13, a freshman, standing at 5'5", Emily Hogan. Number 15, a sophomore, at 5'5", Olivia Fenner. And now we'll get the home team, the Chiloquin Queens. Number 2, a senior, standing at 5'3", Taya Brown. Number 4, a senior, standing at 5'5", Deja Head. Number 10, a senior, standing at 5'4", Maybell Parazu. Number 23, a freshman, 5'1", Coley Miller. Number 24, a freshman, standing at 5'7", Hava Hescock. These are your starters as the 4-3 Crosspoint Warriors visit the 1-7 Chiloquin Queens. As I said before, it is the Queens' senior night tonight. The Crosspoint Warriors, just one game out of the playoff picture, are coming here to play. About to get tip-off underway. In the circle for the Warriors, it's number 2, Kira Mahan, 5'7". In the circle for the Queens, it's number 24, Hava Hescock. The Queens win the tip-off, and Taya Brown dribbles it to the right wing and gets it tipped out of bounds. Taya Brown throws it in to Deja Head. Deja Head looking to drive. She'll pick up her dribble, kick it back out to Coley Miller. Coley Miller hits the high post. It's picked off by the Warriors. That was Olivia Fenner with the steal, and she'll get fouled. We'll have an out-of-bounds play in their half. It's Fenner who will throw it in. She'll give it to Hannah Langford, who brings it down the middle of the floor. Langford goes to work against Head, gets into the paint, picks up her dribble, hits the cutter. Emily Hogan, great play, couldn't finish. Score remains 0-0. Now it's Hava Hescock. She'll kick it out to Coley Miller, who travels. Crosspoint ball. Langford will bring it down the middle of the floor for the Warriors. She'll hand that one off to Paulson. Paulson hands it off to Hogan. Hogan finds a lane, puts it up over the backboard, and it falls out of bounds. Score remains 0-0, 7 minutes, 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Deja Head will throw it in for the Queens. She'll give it to Taya Brown. Taya Brown on the right wing, now giving it to Coley Miller. Coley Miller picks up her dribble on the right corner. It's knocked out of bounds by Riley Paulson. Coley Miller, just a freshman. She's been great so far for the Queens this season, getting lots of experience starting on varsity. It's Hava Hescock who drives into the lane, puts up the ball, won't fall. And then Parazu gets her rebound, puts it back in. 2-0. The Queens lead. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. The Warriors drive into the paint, put up the The shot won't fall. Olivia Fenner gets another steal. She'll give it up to Langford, who brings it up the middle of the floor. She's hassled by Deja Head. She'll lose the ball, and the Queens have the ball now. Coach Johnson not happy about that call, but the Queens bring it back up the other side. Coley Miller was bringing up the left side. It got knocked out of bounds by the Warriors. Deja Head will now throw it in for the Queens. Coley Miller brings it up the middle of the floor. Picks up a screen from Borba, puts up the shot, and it's in. There we go. The Queens lead the Warriors 4-0. 5 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first quarter. For three, that's Riley Paulson. Misses back iron, but it's picked up by Olivia Fenner. Ball's immediately stolen and brought back the other way. This is Hava Hescock. Puts up a layup. Can't get it to go. Scramble for the ball, and it's a held ball. Let's see. Possession favors the guest, which of course are the Warriors. Langford will bring it up the middle of the floor for the Warriors. The Warriors so far held scoreless in this first quarter by great defense from the Queens. Fenner puts up the layup. Won't fall. Coming back the other way is Deja Head. Deja Head passes it to Taya Brown. It's broken up, but recovered by Hava Hescock. Deja Head trying to find a lane to drive in. She'll travel. The Warriors have another chance to score here. About 3 minutes into this first quarter. The Queens lead 4-0 against the Warriors. Langford on the right wing gives it up to Paulson in the middle of the floor. Three in the key is called on Olivia Fenner. The Queens have the ball now. The Warriors and now in a man-to-man press. Queens will get it in to Coley Miller. Miller brings it up the left side of the floor, trying to beat Paulson. Paulson saves it from going out of bounds, but passes it right back to Coley Miller, who drives into the lane and gets fouled. Coley Miller have a trip to the line. Miller, she's got 2 points on the night. She'll miss off the front of the rim. This is both teams. This is the first trip to the line for either team tonight. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Miller makes the second. Her team leads 5-0. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left till the second quarter. The Warriors still held to 0 in this game. Riley Paulson, guarded by Miller. She'll give it back to Langford, who tries to drive his double team, then the ball is taken away. But Kira Mahan gets the steal immediately, and Riley Paulson has it on the right wing now. Paulson finds a lane, puts up the layup, misses back rim. It's picked up by Miller. Miller's coming back the other way on the right side of the floor. 2 on 3. She'll put up the layup. It'll miss off the backboard, but Hava Hescock gets the rebound. Hescock puts it back up, misses off the back of the rim, and it's rebounded by Riley Paulson. Paulson passes it up the head to Mahan, and Mahan can't quite get a grip on it before it falls out of bounds. Warriors in a press, still held scoreless. 3 minutes, 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Hescock will bring it up the floor for the Queens. She'll pick up a screen from her teammate Brown. She'll find a lane, put up the layup, misses. She gets her own rebound, misses the putback. They'll pass it out to Brown for 3. That's good. That 3 puts the Queens ahead by 8. 8-0, 3 minutes, 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Langford drives into the lane, puts up the layup with the left hand, and her team's on the board. 8-2. The Queens lead by 6. Brown trying to drive, gets fouled by number 15, Olivia Fenner. And that'll force Coach Johnson and the Warriors into a timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back with more Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. It's Geno's 40th anniversary being in business as a cafe on East Main Street. Crosspoint gets a steal, bring it down the floor. Riley Paulson on the left wing now. Jab steps, goes to her left, picks up her dribble, gives it to the cutter. Beautiful pass. Olivia Fenner cannot finish. Ball falls out of bounds. It's awarded to the Queens. Wow, what a beauty that was from Riley Paulson hitting the cutter, and now the Queens. Full court pass ahead to Miller. Miller didn't get a chance to put that up before it was poked out of bounds by Riley Paulson. Great play on defense for Paulson to let her team recover, set up. Kira Mahan will go to the bench, and in comes number 24, Emma Powell. The Queens get it into Deja Head. It bounces off her hands and goes back to Chloe Miller, who was still out of bounds. So the ruling is out of bounds, and the Warriors have the ball now. Langford, bring it up the middle of the floor, trying to drive on the right side, puts up the layup, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line. 2 shots for Hannah Langford. These will be the first free throws for the Warriors. Langford has the only 2 points for the Warriors tonight. She'll miss her first. She'll miss her second. 0 for 2 from the line. The Warriors recover, however, and Fenner now on the right wing. Olivia Fenner going to work. She'll hand that one off to Langford. Langford drives, hands it off to Rios. Rios getting hassled by Deja Head. She'll hand it back off to Riley Paulson. Riley Paulson picks up a screen from Langford, now gives it back to Langford. Langford hits the cutter. Rios puts up a shot, and it's blocked out of bounds by Deja Head. The Warriors unsure who's going to throw it in. Riley Paulson will volunteer. Paulson looking for anyone. She'll find Olivia Fenner on the left wing. Fenner finds a lane, dribbles inside, puts up a floater. And her team now has 4 points. 8-4, the Queens lead. 1:52 left in the first quarter. Tough pass from the Queens results in a turnover. Warriors now have it on the left wing. Beautiful pass from Langford to find Fenner cutting in the paint. Fenner puts up the shot and is fouled. 1:38 left to go in the first. Fenner's at the line. Olivia Fenner make her first. Now for her second. She'll make both. She'll cut the lead to 2. 8-6. The Queens lead Minute 38 left in the first quarter. Queens have the ball. It's Miller bringing it down the floor. Miller gives it to her teammate, Borba. It's picked off by the Warriors, and the Warriors are coming back the other way. Hannah Langford on the right wing gives it to McKinley Rios. Rios misses her shot. It was initially rebounded by Hava Hescock, who got fouled. Minute 17 left to go in the first quarter. Queens have the ball, 2-point game. Coley Miller bring it down the floor. Hitting her teammate, it's Borba on the left wing. Borba loses the ball, and it's picked up by Head. Head now inside to Hava Hescock. Hescock misses the layup. The Warriors rebound. Coming back the other way is Hannah Langford. Langford crosses center court, pulls up for an open three-pointer. She'll miss off the back of the rim. Coming back the other way now is Miller. Miller, 1-on-2, misses off the backboard. It's picked up by Head, who puts up a floater in the paint, misses off the back of the rim. Head gets her own rebound. Looking to drive, but is forced to pick up her dribble by Paulson. Ball is turned over to the Warriors, and a scramble for the ball. Last to touch it were the Warriors. 30 seconds flat till the second quarter. 8-6, the Queens lead. Borba on the left wing tries to skip it across to her teammates, picked off by Riley Paulson. Paulson dribbles down the floor, gets tripped up, put up the shot, and she'll have 2 at the line. Heads up play by Riley Paulson to feel the contact and put up the shot. She's awarded with a trip to the line. She'll make the first. Riley Paulson getting on the board tonight for the Warriors. 8-7, 1-point game now. She'll make her second, tie game. 8-8, 16 seconds left in the first quarter. The Queens could have the last shot if they wanted to. Head on the right corner, gives it back to Miller on the right wing, back to Head. Head to Miller. Miller now gives it up. The last shot is taken, and it's missed off the front of the rim. That was Kyla Miller, freshman, who shot that. So that ends the first quarter. The Queens and the Warriors are tied up 8-8 at the end of the first quarter on the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. We're now entering the second quarter as both teams are tied 8-8. Queens have the ball now. They'll give it to Head on the left wing for 3. The high arcing shot misses off the back of the rim. It's picked up by Brown. Brown with a beautiful entry pass to Hescock. Hescock misses off the front of the rim and gets tied up down low. She'll be fouled. The Queens with an opportunity to score here as they have an inbounds play underneath their own basket. Coley Miller to throw it in. She'll hit head on the right corner for three. Misses off the back of the rim. The rebound is picked up by number 10, Parazu. Parazu trying to hit head in a cross-court pass. Gets tipped out of bounds by McKinley Rios for the Warriors. Coley Miller gives it to Deja Head. Deja Head trying to get into Hescock. It gets tipped out. Riley Paulson brings it down the floor for the Warriors. Paulson drives and dishes out to McKinley Rios. Rios with a great entry pass. It's popped back out to Rios. Rios is guarded by Miller. Forces her to pick up her dribble. She's trying to hit her teammate, Hogan, but it gets tipped by the Queens. The Queens coming back the other way. It's Brown. Brown gives it to Head on the right wing. Head trying to slow things down, trying to hit the high post. It gets tipped away. Scramble for the ball. Back and forth. Here we go. And a foul is eventually called. The foul is called on number 22, McKinley Rios. 5'5" freshman. Out goes Emma Powell, and in comes Olivia Fenner for the Warriors. Miller on the right wing gives it to Brown on the right wing. Brown back to Miller for three. That's good. Yes, you betcha. The Queens lead 11-8 after that three-pointer from Coley Miller. Riley Paulson drives into the lane, puts up the layup, misses. The Warriors get the ball, and Emily Hogan is fouled on that drive. 11-8. The Queens lead the Warriors. 6 minutes, 33 seconds left till half. The Warriors have an inbounds pass on the sideline. Hannah Langford drives, dishes out to Fenner. Fenner in the paint, picks up her dribble, now trying to get it back out to Langford. Langford will recover. She's guarded by Head. Langford drives into the paint, puts up a floater, misses. Hescock now on the left side of the floor coming back. She tried to pass it ahead to Brown, but is picked off by Olivia Fenner. Fenner gives it to Langford. Langford now directing traffic. She'll pick up a screen from Hogan. Driving to her left side, goes baseline, reverse layup off the bank. She'll miss, and coming back the other way is Hescock now. Hescock head fake, now into the post, puts up the ball, won't fall. Falls out of bounds, last one to touch it were the Queens. The Warriors now have the ball. 3-point game. Queens lead 11-8. 5 minutes, 41 seconds left until half. Langford will bring it down. Going against Head, passes it back out to Riley Paulson from deep, from downtown. Wow. Great shot from Riley Paulson. She has 5 points, and she'll tie up the game 11-11. 5 minutes, 23 seconds left until half. Coley Miller now with another three to return. 2 threes in a row for Coley Miller. Her team leads 14-11. 5 minutes, 11 seconds left until half. Langford now in the middle of the floor for the Warriors. Langford on the right wing trying to hit the entry pass to Kira Mahan. Is picked off by the Queens. It's passed out to Head. Head for three, she'll miss. And Olivia Fenner picks up the rebound. Langford now in between the circles, directing traffic yet again. Going to work against Head. She'll drive and dish out to Mahan. Mahan puts up the shot, gets fouled. Shot falls. And one for Kira Mahan. 14-13. Chiloquin leads by 1 at home. 4 minutes, 36 seconds left until half. Got some subs in for the Warriors. Emma Powell will come in for Riley Paulson. Can Kara Mahan complete her three-point play? She can't. She misses off the back of the rim. I believe there was a line violation here, so Kara Mahan gets a second chance. Mahan will complete her three-point play. She'll tie the game 14-14. Head now for the Queens. Drives baseline, puts up a floater, misses. Fenner gets the rebound, gives it to Langford. Langford full court pass to Emily Hogan. Hogan puts up the shot, gets fouled, and she'll go to the line. Coach Jackson not too happy about that call. 4 minutes, 22 seconds as these teams are tied 14-14. They've been back and forth all game long. Emily Hogan will miss her first. If she makes this one, Riley Paulson will come in for her. That free throw will just rim out, so Emily Hogan 0 for 2 from the line on that trip. Brown on the right corner for the Queens. Passes it back to Coley Miller on the right wing. Now to Brown for three, misses back rim. A scramble for the rebound, and the Queens come up with it. Deja Head looking to give it to Miller, but it's picked off by Emily Hogan. Hogan puts up the shot, misses. And Riley Paulson will come in for her. Paulson will throw it in on their own baseline. Looking for anyone she can find. 5 seconds are ticking away. She'll get it in to Langford. Langford now in between the circles, slowing it down for the Warriors. She'll give it to Paulson on the left wing. Paulson jab steps, goes right into the paint, puts up the shot, and is fouled. Riley Paulson looking for her second trip to the line. She was 2 for 2 on her first. It seems to be going into the paint against the Queens is a reliable way to get to the free throw line. Paulson makes her first. 3 for 3 from the line now. She'll make the second. 4 for 4 now tonight from the line. Her team leads 16-14. 3 minutes, 38 seconds left until half. Head on the right wing. Her pass gets tipped and broken up by Mahan. Mahan will get it to Langford, who brings it down the floor. Langford's picked up by Head, now in between the circles. Langford gets it out to Powell, who dribbles it around and gives it to Paulson. Paulson on the right wing now. Gets a screen from Langford. Pick and roll into the paint. Langford puts up the shot and is fouled. Another trip to the line for the Warriors. Hannah Langford was 0 for 2 from her first trip to the line. This is her second. She'll make her first. (17-14). The Warriors lead by 3. 3 minutes, 12 seconds left until half. Langford misses off the front of the rim. It's rebounded by the Warriors. Put back up and in. That was Emily Hogan. 19-14. The Warriors lead. 3 minutes left to go until half. The Queens looking to respond. They'll get it into the paint. Put up by Perezu. She'll miss. Last one to touch it were the Warriors. Queens have an inbounds play underneath their own basket. A great chance to score for the Queens if they can capitalize on this. Miller will throw it in, trying to hit the cutter. And a scramble for the ball. I believe Borba came up with it, but stepped out of bounds. So 19-14, the Warriors have the ball. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left until half. Langford in between the circles. Gets it to her high post. Kira Mahan. Mahan will hit the cutter. That was Hannah Langford with the layup. 21-14, 7-point game. Just under 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go till half. And the Queens will take a timeout. We'll take one with them. Tune back in after a quick 30-second break for more Gino's Cafe 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever your
Welcome back to the Gino's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. I'm Walter Hartley, bringing you tonight's broadcast live from Chiloquin High School as the Chiloquin Queens host the Crosspoint Warriors. The Queens got off to an early start ahead of the Warriors. Queens led 8-0 in the first quarter, but the Warriors have woken up and come back, making the score 21-14 now. Again, 2 minutes, 28 seconds left until half, and the Queens looking to score here. Head will skip it across to Borba, through the hands of Borba, and Langford comes down, puts up the shot, gets fouled, and the shot falls. And one for Hannah Langford. She has 7 points tonight, looking to make that 8. 23-14. She'll make her three-point play. 24-14. The Warriors now lead by 4. Deja Head looking to drive, gets knocked out of bounds. Last one to touch it was Head, so Crosspoint will get the ball. Langford will bring it down in the middle of the floor, hit her high post. That's Mahan. Mahan will hand it back off to Langford. Langford fights through contact, puts up the layup. 25-14, the Warriors lead. Tough pass from Coley Miller to Deja Head, falls out of bounds. Warriors have possession, leading by 11. Minute 45 left until half. Langford brings it up past half court, gives it to Fenner. Gets knocked out of her hands. Langford recovers. Now she'll try and drive. A lot of contact there on that drive. No call. And Borba now on the right side of the floor. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. Olivia Fenner with the quick recovery. Queens with a chance to score here as Miller will throw it in underneath their own basket. Queens will line up in a line formation across the free throw line extended. Miller gives it up to Parazu, who thought about shooting it, left her feet, and then decided not to, resulting in a travel. Minute 25 left until half. The Warriors lead the Queens 25-14. Langford puts up the layup, gets blocked. Last one to touch it were the Queens. Warriors will throw it in underneath their own basket. Olivia Fenner will go out. Emily Hogan will come back in. Riley Paulson looking to throw it in. She'll hit Langford. A couple feet away from the three-point line. She'll miss front rim. Deja Head bring it back the other way. Paulson comes from behind. Steals it. Langford recovers. Langford thinks about passing it full court. Decided not to. But she had picked up the ball, so it is a double dribble. The Queens have it with 1 minute and 2 seconds left until half. They're trailing by 12. Deja head for 3, misses front rim. The Queens rebound it, and Coley Miller puts up the shot. She'll get fouled, and she'll head to the line. This is her second trip. Last trip, she split her free throws, making the second one. Coley Miller will make her first. Now 2 for 3 from the line. She'll make her second as well. 3 for 4 from the line tonight now. Cutting the lead to 10, 26-16. The Warriors lead the Queens. Emily Hogan drives and dishes back out to Riley Paulson. Paulson being guarded by Coley Miller with some great defense. Paulson will get fouled. They'll say it was with her body. So 35.1 seconds left on the game clock. Paulson will make her first. Paulson now 5 for 5 from the line tonight. Coming in now for the Queens, number 2, Taya Brown. And number 23, Coley Miller will go out. Riley Paulson makes her second, 6 for 6 from the line now. 28-16, the Warriors lead. 30 seconds left until half. Queens working it around, eventually goes down to Borba, who gets tied up with Langford. Results in a held ball. Possession favors the Warriors. Warriors have about 25 seconds left until half. They could take the last shot if they wanted to. Again, they lead by 12, 28-16. Langford gives it up to Hogan. Hogan double teams, puts up the shot, and it falls out of bounds. Queens now have the ball. 15.3 seconds. Hava Hescock brings it past half court for the Queens. Hescock picks up a screen from Parazu, loses the ball, and is picked up by Brown. Brown picks up the ball. Hescock puts up a shot before the buzzer. Can't get it to fall, and the Warriors lead 28-16 at halftime. We'll be right back on the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com with the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show in just 2 minutes.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. Crosspoint Warriors travel to face the Chiloquin Queens. Let's see. The Warriors lead the Queens at half, 28-16. This is the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. Harbor Isles exists to provide a clean and multi-use facility for the advancement of wellness and health to its members and the community. We invite you to join Harbor Isles as they feature top-of-the-line equipment, full-service personal training, and an array of group exercise classes. So going over some leading scorers here at half, we'll start with the visitors, Crosspoint Warriors. Riley Paulson leads the team in scoring. She's got 6 free throws and 1 three-pointer. She's 6 for 6 from the line, 100%. Hannah Langford comes in at a close second. She's made 2 free throws and has 3 two-point shots. For the Queens, there's a clear leader here as Coley Miller leads the team with 11 points. She's 3 for 4 from the line, and then she's made 2 three-pointers and 1 two-pointer. So those are our leading scorers. We'll be right back to talk about what's on the line in this game, what happened the last time these two teams met, and what this means for their records. We'll be right back with the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show on mybasin.com. Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. I'm Walter Hartley. We're live from Crosspoint High School. I apologize for the technical difficulties that I had earlier. Luckily, it's still halftime. The Warriors lead the Queens, Panthers are the men's team, and the Queens are the women's team. The Warriors lead the Queens 28-16. 12-point game here at halftime. The Queens got off to an early start in the first quarter, leading 8-0. But now the Warriors have woken up and are out ahead. So, entering the second half, the Queens will have the ball. Waiting for the clock to get set up here. Now at the start of the third quarter, Brown will throw it in to Miller. Back to Brown on the left wing. Some quick passing from the Queens. Now in to Hava Hescock. Hescock went up with it and gets fouled immediately. Hava Hescock will have a trip to the line, looking to score her first points of the night. Hescock misses her first, in and out. Hescock with a high arching free throw that time. She'll hit. Cuts the lead to 11. 28-17. 7 minutes, 48 seconds left in the third quarter as Riley Paulson gives it to Olivia Finner on the left wing. Finner looks to drive into the paint, tries to get it to her teammate, Kira Mahan. It goes off the foot of a Queens player. Finner will throw it in now for the Warriors underneath their own basket. She'll push it out ahead to the beyond the three-point line, get it to Paulson, now back to Langford on the right wing for three, misses back rim. The rebound is picked up by the Queens and given to Hava Hescock. Hescock races ahead. In the paint, puts up the layup, and that's good. Hava Hescock now with 3 points just in this quarter. Cuts the lead to 9. Langford on the right wing. She'll pick up her dribble, hit the cutter. Riley Paulson who puts up the layup. Great play for the Warriors. Great pass from Hannah Langford. 30-19 now, under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Brown shoots a three, and it's in! Taya Brown for a three. That's her second tonight. She has 6 points. Her team trails by 8. Riley Paulson returns on the other end from the right wing. She'll make a three. She has 14 points tonight. Her team leads by 11. Back on the other end, Hava Hescock goes up for a layup and gets fouled. She'll get sent to the line. Her team trailing by 11. Like I said, her team trailing by 11, 33-22. 6 minutes, 29 seconds left in the third quarter. She'll make her first. And she'll make her second. Hava Hescock, 3 for 4 from the line tonight now. Her team trails by 9. Or by 10, excuse me. 33-23. Failed layup on the Warriors' end. Gives it back to Hescock, who goes into the lane. Euro step, and she misses. Olivia Fenner comes back the other way. No one in front of her. She gets fouled from behind by Coley Miller. So Coley Miller now has 4 fouls tonight. That'll be tough on the Queens. And Riley Paulson will throw it in for the Warriors. Paulson hits Langford. Langford back to Paulson for 3. Misses front rim. It's picked up by Hava Hescock, who pushes it ahead to Brown. Brown misses the layup, but gets her own rebound. And she's fouled from behind. We'll have a sideline inbounds play. The Warriors won't guard it. And Miller gives it back to Brown. Now to Miller. Now into the high post to Hescock. Hescock gets her pocket picked by Fenner. Fenner, feeling some deja vu, makes this one. Olivia Fenner now has 7 points. Her team leads by 12, 35-23. 5 minutes, 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Langford will bring it down for the Warriors. In between the circles, give it to Fenner. Finds an open lane, puts up the layup and in. Olivia Fenner back-to-back layups. Her team leads by 14, 37-23. 5 minutes, 13 seconds left on the clock as we'll take a timeout for the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. Back after this.
Over the last year, you've
Little update, scoring update for you guys coming out of that timeout. In the Skyline Conference, the number 1 seed and the number 1 ranked team and the number 2 ranked team in the Skyline Conference face off tonight at KU. As the Hornets travel to face KU, the Hornets lead 41-15. Last time we checked. As for this game, Fenner gets the ball, dribbles into the paint, puts up the layup, and is fouled. Olivia Fenner was 2 for 2 last trip to the line. We'll see if she can replicate that success. She's had her team's last 4 points. Warriors lead the Queens 37-23. Just under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Fenner makes her first. Coming in for the Queens, number 35, Kyla Miller, comes in for number 23, Coley Miller. Fenner makes her second free throw and now is 4 for 4 from the line tonight. Her team leads 39-23. Kyla Miller brings it down the floor, gives it up to Head. Head put up that floater, misses off the backboard. Hava Hescock gets her rebound, puts it up, and is fouled. Let's see. Hava Hescock, 3 for 4 from the line tonight. She has 5 points so far. She'll make her first. Now 4 for 5 from the line. She'll miss her second off the back of the rim. It's picked up by the Warriors, and Langford's the one who brings it past half court. Langford hounded by Head, gives it to the cutting Fenner. Fenner puts it up, almost gets her own rebound, but Head gets aggressive on the rebound, and Brown comes up with the ball. Brown drives, step backs to the mid-range, and she's good for 2. 8 points for Taya Brown tonight. Cut the lead to 14. Fenner drives baseline, puts up the shot, and is fouled. Smooth play from Olivia Fenner. Fenner has 6 points this half, 11 on the night. She's 4 for 4 from the line. Fenner makes her first. One more shot for Olivia Fenner. She'll miss off the side of the rim. Emma Powell gets the rebound. And it's turned over yet again. The Warriors have the ball. A long three from Riley Paulson is missed, and yet another fight for the ball ensues. Parazou came up with the ball and got fouled. So the Queens will have possession now. 3 minutes, 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Warriors lead the Queens 40-26. Kyla Brown brings it down the floor, gives it to Brown, now into Hava Hescock. Hescock off the bank, you betcha. 40-28, the Warriors now lead. It's a 12-point game, 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Langford drives, tries to hit her post. Powell tackles Borba on the block. And I believe we're in bonus now. Yes, we are. So Borba will now shoot. The Warriors have 5 team fouls this quarter, and the Queens have 3. So we're already into bonus, just 4.5 minutes into the third quarter. Borba will miss her first. Borba makes her second off the glass. It's called off because she crossed the free throw line. So the score will remain 40-28. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Langford is hounded by Head, who will foul her. That's the 4th team foul and the 4th personal foul for Deja Head. Maybelle Parazou will come in for Deja Head. And the Warriors in a stack formation to throw it in. They'll give it to Langford. Langford going to work against Parazou, kicks it back out to Mahan. Mahan with the floater in the paint, misses. However, it's picked up by Rios. Rios puts it in. McKinley Rios, her first points of the night. 42-28, her team leads. Under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Queens working around. Kyla Miller with the floater. She'll get fouled and sent to the line. This will be Kyla Miller's first trip to the free throw line and her first chance to score. Miller misses off the back of the rim. The stands are packed with the home crowd for senior night. They're getting into the game a little bit too, getting a little rowdy. Kyla Miller will make her second, splitting her trip. 42-29. Warriors lead as Langford brings it down the floor. Langford hits the cutting Paulson. Beautiful pass, and Paulson gets fouled hard for her layup. She'll have a trip to the line. Let's see, Riley Paulson. She's had 3 trips, and she's 6 for 6 from the line. 100%. She'll make her first. She's now 7 for 7 from the line. 43-29, her team leads. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Paulson, nothing but net on her second one as well. 8 for 8 from the line tonight. 44-29, her team leads. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left until the fourth quarter. Beautiful entry pass from Brown to Hescock. Hescock misses the layup. Right idea, though. The Warriors recover, and Langford brings it on the floor. Langford pushes it ahead. Now they'll get it to Rios. Kenley Rios on the right corner gives it up to Langford, who drives baseline, reverse layup. Langford's 10th point of the night, 46-29. The Warriors lead, 2 minutes left until the fourth quarter. Brown pulls up her dribble, gives it up to Kyla Miller. Kyla Miller looking to drive, puts up another floater off the bank, just misses. Paulson recovers, pushes it ahead to Emily Hogan, who bounces hard off the wall. I think she's all right. Great hustle from Emily Hogan. Couldn't quite save the ball, however, and the Queens now have possession. Kyla Miller bringing it down the floor for the Queens. Gets her pocket picked by Fenner. Fenner coming up the floor, puts up a shot and is fouled by Borba. Olivia Fenner. She's had 6 free throws and is 5 for 6 from the line. She'll have her 7th and 8th. Fenner will miss the first shot. She'll miss her second as well off the back of the rim. Fight for the ball. Borba comes up with it. Bring it up the right side of the floor now for the Queens. She'll slow it down, give it up to Kyla Miller in between the circles. Kyla Miller giving it in to Hava Hescock, who is then fouled by McKinley Rios. Like we said, the Queens are in bonus. Actually, both teams are in bonus now. So instead of a side out, it will be 2 shots for Hava Hescock. Hescock misses her first. These are her 7th and 8th free throws as well. Hescock makes her second. Cuts the lead to 16, 46-30. The Warriors lead as Langford drives in the lane, puts up the layup, misses. It's picked up by Emily Hogan, who puts up the rebound and is fouled. Emily Hogan has 1 trip to the line tonight. This will make it 2. Like I said, 1:09 left. Both teams in bonus. Hogan will miss her first. She split her last trip to the line. She'll split this one as well. The Queens bring it down the floor. Hescock gives it to Brown on the left wing. Brown for 3, misses off the back. Langford with the rebound, bring it up the floor for the Warriors. Langford now to Paulson for 3. Paulson was deep on that one. 50-30, 20-point lead the Warriors now have. Under 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Some great defense from the Warriors results in a held ball, Possession favors the Queens. Hescock will look for anyone to throw it into. She'll find Parazu, goes straight through her hands. Emily Hogan gets the ball. She'll slow things down, giving it to Langford. Langford now to Paulson for 3. Same spot she made it from last time. This time she'll miss off the back of the rim. Brown gets the steal, but forgot to dribble. 23.3 seconds left in the third quarter. shot clock is off. Warriors have a 20-point lead. They can take the last shot if they want to. Langford pulls up her dribble, gives it out to Emily Hogan for three. It rims out. Fight for the rebound results in a Langford putback for two. 52-30. Warriors lead. 3 seconds left on the clock. And a heave from Kyla Miller goes out of bounds. That'll end the third quarter as the Warriors lead the Queens 52-30 on Juneau's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. We'll be right back after this for the fourth quarter.
Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance. Thanks.
Welcome back to the Juneau's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. We are entering the fourth quarter now as the Warriors lead the Queens 52-30. Warriors get the ball coming in. They're going to have to take as much time off of the clock as they can as Langford drives and dishes to Butler. Butler drives, puts up the shot. No foul is called, and it's out of bounds. Coley Miller bring it down the floor now for the Queens. Gives it to Head. Head now inside to Hescock. Hescock, smooth footwork, and she'll get fouled and rewarded with a trip to the line. Hava Hescock, she's already been fouled on the shot 4 times. She is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 8 from the line. Make that 5 for 9. So the rule for the running clock is a 30-point deficit, I believe. Hava Hescock will make her second. So if the Warriors are able to score 9 more points unanswered, then a running clock will start. Riley Paulson drives into the paint, misses that. And Deja Head brings it up for the Queens. Head gives it to Brown on the left wing, off the backboard, almost made it, but it rims out. Hannah Langford pushes the pace, passes it up ahead to Hogan, who misses the layup. Hogan gets her own rebound, however, puts it up again and misses. Head with the rebound this time, with her head up. Passes it inside to Hescock. From a mid-range from the free throw line, she'll hit. 52-33. Warriors lead. Emily Hogan with a three-pointer from the left wing. She'll miss. Scramble for the ball, and Hogan will get it back. Hogan fighting through contact with beautiful pass into Fenner. Fenner wasn't quite expecting it, misses the layup. And coming back the other way is Coley Miller. Coley Miller with a sidestep, puts up the mid-range, misses. A couple of offensive rebounds and putbacks results in a trip to the free throw line for Coley Miller. Coley Miller is 3 for 4 from the line, has 11 points tonight. If she makes them, this will be her first points of this half. She'll miss her first off the back of the rim. Miller makes her second but steps over the line. Good eye. Langford will bring it down now for the Warriors. She'll pass it out to Fenner. Fenner pump fakes, jabs, won't shoot it. Emily Hogan's called for the travel. And the Queens have the ball now in front of the Warriors bench. 52-33, the Warriors lead, 6 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game. Deja Head for three from the right wing. She'll miss off the back of the rim. It's rebounded by Coley Miller, pass out to Head, who misses. Fenner was hustling for that rebound and tips it out of bounds. The Warriors have possession right after this quick timeout taken by Coach Mike Johnson. We'll take one with him, and we'll be right back for Gino's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com.
Over the last
Welcome back to the Gino's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. Coming out of this timeout, the Warriors lead the Queens 52-33. The Queens pass it underneath their own basket. Coley Miller trying to hit her teammate, gets picked up by Fenner. Fenner with a great pass up ahead to Mahan. Mahan puts up the layup, misses. Emily Hogan's there to put up the putback. She'll get blocked by Hescock. Hescock will then lose it out of bounds. Moves a little bit too quickly. And Riley Paulson will throw it in to Langford. Langford crosses half court. Going to work against Deja Head. She'll put that up and in. Hannah Langford, 11 points in the first half, or 8 points in the first half, 6 in the second. Her team leads 54-33. Missed mid-range from the Queens. Turns it over to the Warriors. Langford hits Paulson deep for three. Just misses long. Queens recover. Coley Miller brings it up for the Queens. Coley Miller now to Brown on the left wing. Hava Hescock getting tied up in the middle. Held ball. Possession favors the Warriors. 54-33, Warriors lead. We'll have to get a sub in here for Olivia Fenner. In comes Emma Powell. Paulson will bring it down the floor for the Warriors. Going to work against Coley Miller. Paulson will score. I'm running out of room for her on my tally sheet here. As Coley Miller brings it down for the Queens. Gives it up to Deja Head. Deja Head with a floater off the backboard. Great play from Deja Head. 56-35, the Warriors lead. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the game. Riley Paulson will travel, and the Queens will have possession with 4 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the game. Coley Miller in between the circles, gives it to Brown on the left wing. Now back to Coley Miller. She'll swing it to Head. Head pump fake, tries to split the defense. She'll get it inside to Parazou. Parazou misses long. Langford picks up the rebound, passes it full court to Mahan. Mahan misses the layup. Off balance. Head picks up the rebound. Head passes it ahead to Brown. Brown takes a three from the left corner. She'll miss long. Straight into the hands of Hannah Langford. Langford will slow things down for the Warriors. She'll give it to Riley Paulson on the right wing. Paulson looks for a screen. She'll find it. Picks up her dribble, hands it off to Langford. Langford gives it to Mahan. Mahan now to Powell. Powell to Paulson. 10 to go on the shot clock as Paulson hands it off to Langford. Langford picks up her dribble. Sides to try an entry pass to Mahan. Got 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock as Rob Kaufman, one of our officials tonight, tells the scoreboard. The Warriors throw it in. Langford shoots that one and makes it. 8 points in the first half, 8 points in the second half for her. 58-35, the Warriors lead. Mahan picks up the rebound and gives it to Langford. Under 3 minutes left to go in the game. Langford brings it in between the circles for the Warriors, gives it up now to Riley Paulson. Riley Paulson looking for a screen from Kira Mahan, but Mahan will send an illegal one and turn it over to the Queens. 58-35. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left to go in the game. Coley Miller will bring it down the floor for the Queens. She'll give it to Brown. Now Brown inside to Hescock, who finds a lane, puts up the floater, and it's in after about 3 bounces on top of the rim. Paulson hands it off to Langford, who finds a lane and is fouled by Rylan Borba with the body. Hannah Langford goes to the line. So far tonight, she's 2 for 5 from the line. Langford misses her first off the front of the rim. Olivia Fenner comes in for Emma Powell for the Warriors. And Deja Head goes out for the Queens, and Katie Whitson comes in. Langford makes the second. 59-35, the Warriors lead. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's a long three from Kyla Miller. Misses. Hannah Langford comes up. No one's there to stop her. She'll miss that layup. McKinley Rios gets the rebound, dribbles it around the outside, and gives it now to Riley Paulson. Paulson looking to drive, spins, picks up her dribble, gives it back out to Mahan. Mahan thought about a three, but instead gives it to Langford. Langford now to Paulson, 5 to shoot. Paulson back to Langford. Langford finds a lane, is open for the layup with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. And Coach Johnson will take a timeout. We'll take out one with him. The Warriors lead 62-37 against the Queens on mybasin.com.
It's time to reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. They're evidence-based.
Welcome back to Gino's 40th anniversary game of the week as the Warriors lead the Queens 61-37 with under a minute and a half left to go in the game. Kyla Miller takes a three, and that hits. She's got 4 points tonight. The Warriors lead 59-38 now. Hannah Langford gets yet another layup. 61-39. Miller gives it up to Brown on the left wing. Brown looking to drive. She'll pull up a three. She'll miss long. Under 50 seconds left to go now in the game. As Rios pushes the pace, puts up the layup and misses. She'll get her own rebound. It's knocked out of bounds by Hescock. Clock will stop at 43.1 seconds as the Warriors have an inbounds play underneath their own basket. Warriors will sub out almost all of their starters. And Rios will try and throw it into anyone she can find. She'll hit Hogan, who gets blocked. Hescock will bring it up for the Queens. Hescock drives in the lane, puts up the floater, misses. It's rebounded, but blocked. Brown now with the steal. She'll dribble into the paint, put up the shot. She'll miss off the left side. Brown gets her own rebound. Shot clock's off. She'll miss. And Hogan coming back the other way. She'll double dribble. 15 seconds flat left to go in the game. The Queens have the opportunity to take the last shot here on senior night. Coley Miller will dribble it down, giving it to Brown on the left wing. Brown on the left wing now trying to get into Hescock in the paint. Hescock drives, puts it off the bank. Can't get it to fall. Fenner will dribble it out. And that's game. The Warriors win 63-39 at Chiloquin. We'll be right back for a quick post-game show and stick around after that as the boys will face off the Crosspoint Warriors against the Chiloquin Panthers. On mybasin.com. We'll be right back after this.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
At Geno's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food
for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at ilovegenos.com. Geno's on East Main, simply good food.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. The Crosspoint Warriors just beat the Chiloquin Queens 63-39, going over some leading scorers. Starting with the visitors, both Hannah Langford and Riley Paulson led the team with 21 points. They had a combined total of 42 points, that powerful backcourt from the Warriors. And the Queens, to lead them, was Hava Hescock with 14 points. She had them all in the second half. Coley Miller came in second with 11 points, who had all of her points in the first half. I'd like to thank Coach Tiffany Jackson and Coach Mike Johnson for helping me out, getting me the starters before this game. Stick around because we'll have the boys' game. The Crosspoint Warriors traveling to face the Chiloquin Panthers on mybasin.com. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can stick around on this link to watch it. I'll be right back on mybasin.com. Welcome to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. Tonight, the Crosspoint Warriors travel to face the Chiloquin Panthers. Here we go. Chiloquin Panthers. The Chiloquin Panthers are 11-1 in league play, whereas the Crosspoint Warriors are 10-1. So they're both fighting for the first place spot in the Mountain Valley League today. I covered the last time these two teams played, and Crosspoint Christian got the better of Chiloquin. But I was back at Crosspoint Christian. Now that Chiloquin has the home court advantage, and it's their senior night, we'll see if things play out differently. It was a fun game to watch. We saw that Crosspoint worked really well together as a team playing against Chiloquin, and Chiloquin, they had a lot of skill and a lot of size to them, that they had a lot of options where they could go for any offensive player to score. So we'll be right back after a quick break for the Geno's Cafe Game of the Week on mybasin.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Welcome to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. We're joined by the audience of KAGO News Talk, 1150. All right. Tonight was the senior night for the Chiloquin Panthers. We come to you live from Chiloquin. Just going over the seniors on this roster. Danny Black, he's a starter. He's also a senior. Manny Ochoa is a senior. Neo Parazu, a senior. And also Roman Case is a senior. So, thank you for all the hard effort and time you've put into this sport and your teams. Happy senior night. Like I was saying earlier, the stakes for this game are pretty high as they are both fighting for the number 1 spot in the Mountain Valley League. Chiloquin just barely ahead of Crosspoint Christian. Chiloquin is 11-1 in league, whereas Crosspoint Christian is 10-1 in league. Chiloquin, their only loss comes to the Crosspoint Warriors. And the last time that we saw that was when we covered them at home. At Crosspoint. We covered that game, and Crosspoint pulled out ahead. But we'll see if things turn out differently now that we are in Chiloquin's home turf. All right, we'll be right back for more. We'll be right back for more pregame show on mybasin.com, 1150 KAGO News Talk.
Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance. Thanks for joining us. Elevate started in 2020 as a dream. I wanted to open up a clinic of my own, really had a heart and a passion to treat athletes of all ages, and got the opportunity to do it. And wow, this is what's happened. One of the best parts of this job is that we get to work with all the student athletes on field, at their contests, at their games all around the county. Specifically when you're working with dancers, right? We've got like particular ways of movement that we don't want to necessarily correct, because dancers have a very specific way of moving that's important for their athletic performance. At Elevate, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving, no matter if you're 8 or you're 80. Feel free to give us a call at 541-887-2030.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local, community engaged.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com, 1150 News Talk KAGO. Like I was saying earlier, the pressure is on for this game as they are both fighting for the top spot in the 1A Mountain Valley League. Chiloquin has an 11-1 record, 18-4 overall, whereas Crosspoint Christian is 10-1 overall. So both of these teams have lost one. Chiloquin has won one more than Crosspoint has because they've played one more. And so the winner of this game tonight will come out ahead as the top of the Mountain Valley League. All right, we'll step aside and take one more break before we get to starters and halftime. This is the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's
Welcome back to the Geno's Cafe 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com. Going over some starting lineups here tonight. We'll start with the visitors. Crosspoint Warriors. To lead them off, number 0, a junior standing at 6'4", Caden Moritz. Number 2, a senior standing at 6'2", Davis Hartwell. Number 14, a junior standing at 6'1", Trey Johnston. Number 23, a senior standing at 6'5", Clayton Turnage. And number 44, a senior standing at 6'5", Brock Throne. And now, for the home team, the Chiloquin Panthers. Number 2, a senior standing at 5'10", Danny Black. Number 3, a junior standing at 5'10", Laylan Wilder. Number 13, a junior, also 5'10", Dylan Black. Number 14, a sophomore standing at 6'3", Denver Bravo. And number 32, a junior standing at 6'6", Edward Jones. Last time these two teams played, it was a battle back and forth. It was a very close game. Crosspoint just pulled out ahead in the final minutes of that game. Very excited to see them play. The Chiloquin Panthers are coached by Coach James Jane and assisted by Elwood Miller. The Warriors are coached by Tim Moore and assisted by PJ Balbin. Warriors are in their aquamarine uniforms with Crosspoint written across their chest. The Panthers are in their white uniforms, baby blue numbers, and Panthers, Chiloquin written across their fronts. The Warriors get us started off early as they score first, making it 2-0. Denny Black drives into the lane, loses the ball, and Crosspoint has possession. Trey Johnston will dribble it down the floor for the Warriors. He's picked up by Denny Black, so he'll give it into Brock Throne, who's guarded by Wilder. Caden Moritz misses a layup twice, gets his own rebound, loses it. Edward Jones coming back up the floor. Edward Jones, 6'6", bringing it coast to coast, misses off the back of the rim. It's then rebounded by Davis Hartwell. Davis Hartwell brings it up the floor, gives it to Trey Johnston on the right wing. Now to Brock Throne at the top of the three-point line. He's picked up by Danny Wilder. Denver Bravo was the one who fouled him. It's the first foul from either team tonight. They'll give it back out to Brock Throne, who's hassled again by Denver Bravo. Davis Hartwell from deep. He'll miss off the further rim, picked up by Trey Johnston. Johnston now in between the circles. Hitting it at the high post, Clayton Turnage. Now back out to Trey Johnston. He'll pick up a screen, pick and roll, and quick recovery from Danny Black. Poke that ball out of bounds, let his team recover. Shot clock's at 23. Caden Morris will throw it in for the Warriors. He'll hit Davis Hartwell for 3 from the right corner. And the Warriors lead 5-0, 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Dylan Black will give it to Leyland Wilder on the right wing, who goes to work against Turnage. He'll give it back to Dylan Black in between the circles. Fancy move from Danny Black. He'll hit that 3. Five to 3, 2-point game now as Brock Throne goes to work against Denver Bravo. He's double teamed, hassled. He'll double dribble. Great defense from the Panthers to force that. And Denver Bravo will dribble it up the middle of the floor for the Panthers. Bravo sidesteps to the 3-point line, misses off the front of the rim. Davis Hartwell picks up the rebound and comes up the left side of the floor for the Warriors. Davis Hartwell going to work against Dylan Black. He'll hand it off to Trey Johnson, picks up his dribble in the paint, gives it out to Moritz. Moritz for 3, misses long. Clayton Turnage with the rebound, but it's immediately stolen by Leyland Wilder. Wilder brings it up the right side of the floor. Gives it to Edward Jones, who thinks about a 3, brings it into the paint, puts up the mid-range and misses. Turnage with a hard-fought rebound. They'll give it up to Trey Johnston to bring it up for the Warriors. Trey Johnston going to work, gives it up to Clayton Turnage, back to Johnston at the top of the 3-point line. Now he'll give it in to Moritz. Strong move to the to the bucket. He'll miss. It's knocked out of bounds by the Panthers. The Warriors will throw it in. They'll work it around. Now Davis Hartwell for 3. He'll miss. Miss short. Leyland Wilder will come up the right side of the floor for the Panthers. He'll work in the paint. He'll shoot, and he'll miss off the front of the rim. Hartwell gives it up to Trey Johnston, who walks it up the middle of the floor for the Warriors. He'll hit it off on the right wing to Moritz, who tries an entry pass to Brock Throne. Is broken up by Denver Bravo. Dylan Black recovers, brings it up the floor, and is fouled while driving. They'll call a foul on the floor, and they'll have an inbounds play underneath their basket. Coming in now for the Warriors is number 33, Dylan DeJean. Brock Throne will go out, and the Panthers will try an inbounds play. Leyland Wilder will throw it in on the right side of the baseline underneath their own basket, trying to get it in Denver Bravo, who reaches for it, tries to keep his feet in bounds, pokes it out of bounds. They'll say that DeJong was the last one to touch it, and the Panthers keep possession. Denver Bravo now get it to Edward Jones, back to the right corner to Dylan Black, who tries an entry pass to the cutting Denver Bravo, but is broken up by the Warriors. Davis Hartwell on the right side of the floor, trying to work it up to Dylan DeJong on the right corner. Dylan DeJong drives into the paint, puts it up, and is blocked. A held ball right under the basket between Moritz and Bravo. Possession favors the Panthers. Over 3 minutes have passed since the last team has scored. Denver Bravo fadeaway mid-range won't fall. As I was saying, the Warriors lead the Panthers 5-3, 2-point game. 3 minutes 40 seconds left in the first quarter as Trey Johnson picks up his dribble and doesn't jump stop, so he'll travel there on the right block. Panthers have the ball now. Denver Bravo will walk it up leisurely and give it on the right wing to Leyland Wilder. Wilder, right wing now to Dylan Black. Back out to Bravo. Bravo picks up a screen from Wilder. Gives it out to the other Black brother. Black Now to Edward Jones for 3 from the left wing. He'll miss. It's picked up by Moritz, who brings it up the left side of the floor. Moritz tries to drive, but gets fouled by Denver Bravo. Moritz was not in a shooting motion, so the foul will be on the floor. Relevant inbounds play underneath their own basket. That foul will be the second team foul for the Panthers, and the first for Denver Bravo. Brock Throne comes in. He'll put up the shot, even though there's a lot of contact. No whistle is blown, but 5-5. 7-5, the Warriors lead. Here we go. The Panthers trying to work it inside, trying to hit the cutting Denver Bravo, but it just goes off his fingertips out of bounds. Trey Johnston will bring it up the floor for the Warriors. Give it out to Davis Hartwell on the left wing. Well beyond the arc. Hartwell guarded closely by Dylan Black. He's finding no space from him tonight. He'll pick up a screen, getting into Brock Throne. Brock Throne, lot of contact, no whistle blown. And Dylan Black comes back the other way for Chiloquin. Dylan Black stepped back, thought about a 3, now gives it to Denver Bravo on the top of the 3-point line. Denver Bravo pushes off. They'll say it was a defensive foul. No feet were set on that play. And Chiloquin will throw it in. Leyland Wilder will throw it in for Chiloquin. Looking for anyone. There's no space. He'll eventually find Danny Black. Danny Black gives it to Dylan Black. Cutting in the lane over Brock Throne. It's in. He'll cut the lead to 2, 7-5. Dylan Black hits that layup. Davis Hartwell pulls up a 3 well beyond the arc. He'll miss, but Trey Johnston rebounds it. Goes baseline on the right side, misses the floater, but Brock Throne is there on the block to rebound it and put it back in. 9-5, the Warriors now lead. 1:41 left in the first quarter. Denver Bravo looking to respond, drives in the lane, jump stops on the block, puts it up over Brock Throne, and is fouled. Basket did not fall, but he'll have 2 at the line now. Denver Bravo looking for his first points of the night. He'll make the first. 9-6. Panthers lead, or the Warriors lead by 3. 1:36 left in the first quarter. Bravo misses off the back of the rim for his second. Edward Jones hustling, falls into the stands, trying to get that rebound. But the ball falls out of bounds, and the Warriors have possession. Davis Hartwell will throw it into Trey Johnston. Will walk it up the middle of the floor for the Warriors. He'll get it over to Petrick on the right wing. Petrick back to Hartwell. He'll swing it to Johnston on the left wing. Now an entry pass floated up to Brock Throne, who's guarded by Denver Bravo. Lots of contact. And they'll call a charge on Brock Throne. Wow. All right. That's the 4th team foul for the Warriors. Denver Bravo brings it up the middle of the floor for the Panthers. He'll pull up a 3, and that's in. Easy as that. Denver Bravo has 4 points, and we're tied. 9-9, minute left to go in the first quarter. Trey Johnston gets an entry pass to Caden Moritz. Tries to save it, but steps on the line. Chiloquin with possession yet again. 51 seconds left in the first quarter, tied up 9-9. Denver Bravo drives in the lane, puts it up over Brock Throne. Brock Throne got the rebound but stepped out of bounds, so Chiloquin has a chance to score here. They'll inbound it under their own basket on the right side. Leyland Wilder gives it in. It's Dylan Black. He'll miss. but Denver Bravo's there to pick up the rebound and puts up the floater over Brock Throne. That's in. Chiloquin with their first lead of tonight, 11-9. Denver Bravo with 6 points. Petrick on the right wing gets a screen from Brock Throne, pulls up the mid-range from the free throw line. He'll miss off the back of the rim. However, Danny Black will travel, trying to get up the floor. 17.2 seconds left in the first quarter. Panthers lead 11-9. Davis Hartwell will give it to Trey Johnston in between the circles. Now to Petrick on the left wing. Petrick now to Hartwell. Hartwell going to work. He'll get his pocket picked by the Panthers. Leyland Wilder coming back the other way with the floater, and that's in. 13-9. That's the buzzer. Panthers able to get it done before the buzzer rings at the end of the first quarter. Panthers lead 13-9 at home. We'll be right back on mybasin.com and 1150 KAGO. We'll be right back.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They
Welcoming you back to the second quarter as the Panthers host the Warriors. They started the second quarter early. We've had a back and forth for a couple of possessions. 7 minutes, 12 seconds left on the clock, left until halftime. No team has scored yet, still 13-9. Warriors will look to slow things down now as Trey Johnston gives it to Hartwell. In between the circles now to Moritz on the left wing. Moritz to Hartwell from well beyond the arc. He'll miss. And Clayton Turnage will foul, trying to get the rebound. So the Panthers will now have possession. The Panthers, if you didn't catch the end of the first quarter, they were down 9-7, and they scored 6 unanswered points just before the buzzer to make it 13-9. Now Denver Bravo goes up, and Brock Throne draws the charge from Denver Bravo. So now the Warriors will have the ball. Hartwell will throw it in to Trey Johnston. Johnston now getting it into Brock Throne. Beautiful entry pass. Brock Throne with a pump fake. Gets clobbered on the arm. No whistle. Johnston now back out to Moritz. Back to Johnston on the right wing. Another entry pass to Brock Throne. Brock Throne. The ball gets tipped out of bounds by Danny Black. Shot clock will not reset. 13 to shoot. And the refs talking it over. They'll try and get it into Brock Throne, but it's tipped away. Leyland Wilder up ahead, trying to save it. He'll throw it into the hands of Hartwell with one person ahead of him. That's Denver Bravo. Bravo will force Hartwell to travel. And the Panthers now have the ball. Coming in now for the Panthers, Nakoa Holster. To the bench goes number 2, Danny Black. Denver Bravo will walk it up the floor for the Panthers, giving it now to Dylan Black on the right wing. Dylan Black gives it to Edward Jones, who pump fakes, gives it up to Denver Bravo, who step back, mid-range, and air ball. Ball falls out of bounds. Dylan DeYoung comes in for Moritz. DeYoung will throw it in to Trey Johnson, who walks it down the floor for the Warriors. Now in between the circles is Johnson. Beautiful entry pass to Turnage, the high post. On the left side, he'll go to work against Edward Jones. He will. Clayton Turnage with the layup, making it 13-11. Turnage's first points of the night. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go till half. Leyland Wilder from the free throw line. He'll miss. Johnston will bring it up the floor for the Warriors now. Johnson with a floater off the backboard. He'll miss, but Brock Throne picks up the rebound. Throne is absolutely clobbered on down low. About 3 guys got him on the arm. And Throne will go to the line for the first time tonight. Certainly a deserved trip to the line. Throne has 4 points tonight. 2 free throws here. Throne will make the first, cutting the lead down to 1. He'll miss the second, however, off the back of the rim. It's picked up by Leyland Wilder for the Panthers, who brings it down the right side of the floor. Leyland Wilder now picks up a screen from Edward Jones, trying to go to work against Turnage, and he'll get fouled by Turnage. There are 2 team fouls now for both teams this quarter. The Panthers will get into Leyland Wilder, kicks it out to Dylan Black on the left wing. They'll now get a beautiful entry pass to Denver Bravo in the middle. Denver Bravo soaring above the pack to score that 2. 15-12. The Panthers now lead at home. DeYoung trying to rocket the pass into Throne, gets picked off by Bravo. Bravo now brings it up the floor for the Panthers. Bravo going to work against DeYoung. Thought about a step back now to Wilder. Wilder to Dylan Black for 3. That's good. Wow. Dylan Black has 2 3-pointers tonight. His team leads 18-12. 6 points. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left until half. Davis Hartwell on the left wing, now getting into the high post, Brock Throne. Brock Throne looking to drive on Denver Bravo. He will, and he'll get fouled. His second trip to the line tonight. He split his last trip. He's 1 for 2. Now's a great time to mention that Brock Throne leads the team in field goal percentage at 61.4% and rebounds 10.8. Brock Throne averages 10.8 rebounds per game. Throne will miss his first. He'll miss his second as well off the back of the rim. Turnage got the rebound, but is now stolen. Dylan Black. Clayton Turnage will then foul Dylan Black, trying to get ahead of him, but blocks him with the body. That'll be Clayton Turnage's 3rd foul of the game. And we're only halfway into the second quarter. Three minutes, 58 seconds left to go until half. Panthers lead the Warriors 18-12, 6-point game. Denver Bravo picks up a screen from Edward Jones and shoots the 3 from the left wing. That's in. Denver Bravo's second three of the game. His team leads 21-12, 3 minutes 40 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Moritz tries a layup, but he'll miss. DeYoung gets the rebound on the left block, puts it up, and is fouled on the arm. DeYoung will now shoot two. The Panthers doing a great job on defense of limiting the Warriors. The Warriors average 60 points per game, and they've held the Warriors to 12 so far. DeYoung will miss his first, but he'll make his second. His team trails 21-13, 3 minutes 26 seconds left until half. Dylan Black drives in the lane, puts up the layup, can't get it to fall. Hartwell now giving it to Johnston in the middle of the circles. Back to Hartwell on the right wing. Hartwell now into the high post. That's DeYoung going to work against Wilder. He'll put up a left-handed layup and no good. Denver Bravo now ahead. 1-on-2 action. He'll try a fadeaway from the free throw line. He'll miss. Brock Throne gets the rebound and gives it to Trey Johnston. Trey Johnston in the middle of the circles. Picks up his dribble and gives it to Hartwell. Hartwell gives it to DeYoung on the left wing. DeYoung gives it now back to Hartwell. Hartwell on the left wing to the right wing to Trey Johnston. Johnston trying to drive. Gives it up to Moritz. Moritz with a hook shot just before the buzzer. DeYoung with the rebound, and he'll miss. Edward Jones picks up the rebound for the Panthers and gives it to Leyland Wilder. Leyland Wilder now on the right side of the floor. Gets a screen from Edward Jones. He'll now give it to Holster. Holster to Dylan Black. Dylan Black with a pump fake. Gets his man to jump. Puts it up. Just couldn't hang on to the rim and fall in. Falls out of bounds. And the Panthers will call a timeout. We'll call one right along with them. We'll be right back for the Geno's Cafe 40th anniversary game of the week on mybasin.com, 1150 KAGO News Talk.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. As we get things underway, Brock Throne on the block, trying to put it up. Lots of contact so far this game everywhere, not just on the block. Denver Bravo looks to go into the lane. He'll drive, he'll put up the shot. It won't fall. Chiloquin will recover. Now getting it to Edward Jones on the left corner. Edward Jones step back, give it to Leyland Wilder on the left wing. They'll swing it around to Denver Bravo on the right wing. Bravo looking to drive on Brock Throne. Step back, puts it up in his face. He'll miss front rim. Leyland Wilder with the rebound and put back in. That one's good. Leyland Wilder, his first points of the night. His team will lead 23-13. 10-point game, under a minute left to go until half. Throne gets the rebound now, puts it up, and is fouled from behind. Throne goes to the free throw line. This is only Throne's third trip to the line. Surprisingly so. He'll miss the first. The Warriors are now in bonus. Just 57.3 seconds left to go till half. Throne will make his second. He'll split his trip to the line. 23-14, 9-point game. The Warriors force a turnover and a fadeaway from Davis Hartwell. Cut the lead down to 7. Denver Bravo trying to drive in the lane, gets fouled on the floor. 42.2 seconds left till half. Panthers lead 23-16. Leyland Wilder gets it inbounds to Denver Bravo. Fadeaway misses, but Edward Jones gets the rebound, puts up the shot. He'll miss as well. Throne gets it to Hartwell Davis on the right side of the floor. Now to Trey Johnson on the left side of the floor. Johnson is double teamed. He'll get it inside to Moritz. Moritz puts up a shot. Feels a little bump, but he'll cut the lead down to 5 now. 23-18. 10 seconds left to go until half. Edward Jones now inside to Denver Bravo. Bravo back to Jones in the paint. Puts it up, misses. Scramble for the ball. Denver Bravo gets it, puts it up the shot. He'll miss, and there's the buzzer. Wow. Great second quarter from these fellas. We'll be right back with our Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. This is the Gino's Cafe 40th anniversary game of the week on 1150 KAGO News Talk and mybasin.com.
Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance. Thanks for joining us. Elevate started in 2020 as a dream. I wanted to open up a clinic of my own, really had a heart and a passion to treat athletes of all ages, and got the opportunity to do it. And wow, this is what's happened. One of the best parts of this job is that we get to work with all the student athletes on field, at their contests, at their games all around the county. Specifically when you're working with dancers, right, we've got like particular ways of movement that we don't want to necessarily correct, because dancers have a very specific way of moving that's important for their athletic performance. At Elevate, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving, no matter if you're 8 or you're 80. Feel free to give us a call at 541-887-2030.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download
Welcome back to the Gino's Cafe Game of the Week. This is Gino's 40th anniversary as a cafe. This is the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show on mybasin.com. Harbor Isles exists to provide a clean and multi-use facility for the health and wellness of the community. Harbor Isles features top-of-the-line equipment and full-service personal training. We invite you to join Harbor Isles. All right, going over some leading scorers here. We'll start with the visitors, the Crosspoint Warriors. Brock Throne leads the Warriors with 6 points. Davis Hartwell comes in second with 5, and Caden Moritz has 4. For the home team, it's the Chiloquin Panthers. For them, it's Denver Bravo. He has 11 points. Dylan Black comes in second with 6 points, and Edward Jones, Danny Black, and Leyland Wilder each have 2. We'll be right back after another quick break on 1150 KAGO News Talk and MyBasin.com. We'll be right back to talk about how this will shape things in their league and what the playoff picture will look like. All right, we'll be right back after another quick break. See you soon.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on MyBasin.com. Just looking over some outcomes here. If the Crosspoint Warriors win, they'll be the top of the Mountain Valley League. And assuming they hold that place, they'll get a home playoff game. If Chiloquin wins this game, they'll stay atop of the Mountain Valley League, and they'll get a home playoff game. So the way that the playoffs work for 1A is there's 32 teams in the bracket, and the top 3 teams from each league go. So either way, Chiloquin and Crosspoint are pretty much in the playoffs because the third place, Rogue Valley Adventist Academy, they're 7-3 right now, tied for third with Central Christian, who's 7-5 in league. So even if Chiloquin and Crosspoint, even if either one of these teams loses, they're still in the playoff picture. But right now they're playing for first in the league. All right. I will step aside one more time, and I'll be right back with more basketball. We'll be right back with the third quarter of the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on MyBasin.com.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. We now enter the third quarter. Here we go. As the Crosspoint Warriors trail the Chiloquin Panthers in Chiloquin. Chiloquin's leading at home 23-18. It's been a close game all night. Two teams have gone back and forth. Lots of contact down low. These two teams, oh, the refs are letting them play tonight as these two teams get physical. Here we go. The Panthers will start off this half with possession as Danny Wilder will throw it in to Denver Bravo. Crowd getting into it at home as always here at Chiloquin. Denver Bravo will bring it up the right side of the floor. He'll drive onto Young and Moritz, and he'll score an easy 2 for Denver Bravo. Start this half. Crosspoint on the other end, Dylan DeYoung on the block. He tries to go up with a layup, he'll miss. Full court pass from Denver Bravo down to Danny Wilder is broken up by Moritz, and the Warriors will recover. Johnston has it now on the three-point line on the wing, now to Hartwell. Hartwell tried the inbounds pass to Brock Throne, but it's broken up, and Denver Bravo comes back the other way. Bravo misses a layup. He was too strong on it. Edward Jones with some great footwork. He'll get inside, and he'll score. And one for Edward Jones. Edward Jones has a chance for a three-point play. He has 2 points on the night. His team leads 27-18. And Edward Jones will miss it, but his team gets the rebound. This is Danny Black. They'll swing the rock around to Denver Bravo, who'll try to drive. He'll put up the shot, and he's fouled by Davis Hartwell. So 2 shots at the line now for Denver Bravo. Let's see, Denver Bravo split his trip to the line earlier tonight. He'll now make his first, making it 28-18. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. He'll make his second as well, 29-18. Score is now. DeYoung giving it to Hartwell. They'll play hot potato, a little three-man weave here to break the press. And Johnston finally gets across half court, working against Denver Bravo. Denver Bravo, however, pokes it out of his hands, and Danny Wilder brings it up the floor. He'll pop it out to Dylan Black for 3. It'll rim out. Trey Johnston now coming back the other way for the Warriors, crossing half court now. Thought about a 3. Instead, he'll give it to DeYoung, who's open on the right wing for 3. DeYoung, too strong on that shot. Full court pass from Denver Bravo down to Edward Jones on the right block, and it's good, overthrown. Edward Jones, 6 points tonight. His team leads 31-18, 6 minutes, 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Trey Johnston puts up the floater, can't get it to fall. Edward Jones pulls down the rebound, gives it to Denver Bravo. Bravo passes it across half court to Danny Black with a mid-range. Black has 4 points tonight. His team leads 33-18. The pass to Hartwell Davis almost picked off, but the Warriors recover. Davis now on the right wing, pulls up his dribble. Half timeout, 30-second timeout from Coach Tim Moore for the Warriors. We'll take one with him. We'll be right back.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local, community engaged.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th Anniversary Cafe Game of the Week as the Warriors get it started off. Coming out of that timeout, they'll get it underneath to Brock Throne, who backs his way into a layup. Go on the other end for three. Here we go. The Panthers return, making it 36-20. Panthers get another steal. Coming back the other way, Danny Wilder scores yet again for the Panthers. 18-point lead on senior night for the Chiloquin Panthers. Scramble for the ball. DeYoung rolls it up ahead to Moritz, who puts it up off the backboard. He'll miss. DeYoung gets the rebound, gives it to Trey Johnston. Johnston puts up the floater from the block. He'll get fouled. He should two at the line. Crazy back and forth sequence from both of these teams. Panthers getting it done so far. Like I said, they have an 18-point lead, 38-20. 4 minutes, 42 seconds left till the fourth quarter. Last time they lost at Crosspoint. Stands filled with fans from Chiloquin. Home court advantage. Trey Johnson will miss both of his free throws. And coming back the other way, Edward Jones with a mid-range. Crowd erupts as Jones hits that. 40-20. Chiloquin leads. Hartwell Davis on the left side of the floor now. Trying to dribble it around the three-point line. Now gives it to DeYoung on the right corner. DeYoung guarded by Leyland Wilder. Trying to back his way down. He'll give it to Hartwell Davis, who runs into a long three. Davis Hartwell for three. He has two tonight. We'll take another timeout as Coach Tim Moore calls one. We'll take one right along with him. This is the Geno's 40th Anniversary Game of the Week on News Talk 1150 KAGO and mybasin.com.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th Anniversary Game of the Week on 1150 KAGO News Talk and mybasin.com. The Panthers looking to bring it down the floor and score. Edward Jones gets the rebound, turn around, fade away, and that's in. Edward Jones with yet another two-pointer made. He has 10 points tonight. And his team leads 42-23. We got 3 minutes, 48 seconds left until the fourth quarter. Lights are being a little bit weird here, so they're turning off and on sporadically. We've stopped the game, trying to figure out what's happening here. The athletic director for Chiloquin walking over there, checking things out. Things seem to be in order now. All right, here we go. Play ball. DeYoung will throw it in for the Warriors as the Panthers are in a press. He'll get it into Brock Throne. Brock Throne now hits Moritz on the right wing for the Warriors. Moritz to DeYoung. They'll pass it around the three-point line out of Hartwell. Hartwell with a mid-range floater. He won't get it. On the other end, Leyland Wilder misses the layup. Edward Jones gets the rebound. Trying to save it from going out of bounds. Passes it back into the Warriors. Hartwell bringing it down the floor. He'll pass it up to Trey Johnston. Johnston now to Brock Throne underneath on the block. Throne misses twice, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Panthers. They sure are letting these boys play tonight on the block. If you aren't bleeding, it's not a foul. Hartwell will throw it in for the Warriors. The Warriors will swing it around the three-point line. Hartwell on the left corner. Now to DeYoung. DeYoung tried to get that, but he's pushed out of the way, and Denver Bravo comes back the other way with the ball. Bravo now to Black. Black puts up the shot, and he'll get it to go. Dylan Black, 8 points tonight. His team leads 44-23. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Moritz with a fancy move down low, and he'll have an and one. Little Euro step action to split the defense. Got the shot to go, and an and one. Great play, great footwork. He'll have a chance to complete his three-point play as DeYoung goes to the bench in favor of Petrick. Comes into the game. Moritz misses his first. It rims out. Wilder trying to escape the press. Beautiful pass. Give and go there. They'll break it, and they'll give it to Dylan Black, who's open for a mid-range. He'll miss, but Edward Jones on the block gets the rebound, and he'll put that in. 46-23. The Panthers lead at home. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left till the fourth quarter. Moritz puts it up, won't fall. Thrown, fouled multiple times, and eventually it's called. Brock Throne with his fourth trip to the line. He'll make the first. He'll cut the lead down to 20. 46-26. The Chiloquin Panthers lead the Crosspoint Warriors. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left until the fourth quarter. Throne misses his second. Danny Wilder passes it up ahead now to Danny Black. Nice little move by Holster. Gets blocked. And Hartwell coming back the other way. He'll pass it into DeYoung, the high post from the free throw line. He'll miss. Danny Wilder will bring it up the floor for the Panthers. He'll pass it up ahead to Danny Black. Danny now to Dylan Black. Dylan Black on the right wing, trying to get the entry pass to the cutter. Holster falls out of bounds. The Warriors have the ball now. Clayton Turnage will check in, coming in for Davis Hartwell. The Warriors cross the half-court line with Petrick, but he gets his pocket picked, and Dylan Black comes up the other way. He'll give it to Denver Bravo on top of the three-point line. Denver Bravo going to work against DeYoung. Whistle is blown, and they call a charge against Denver Bravo. The crowd getting excited, booing the refs. Gets pretty loud in here. Trey Johnston gives it to DeYoung. DeYoung swings it to Petrick. Petrick now to Brock Throne, who puts it up over Holster. (46-28). Panthers lead as Denver Bravo puts up that floater in the paint. Denver Bravo. What a shot from him, 48-28. Danny Wilder with a quick steal, and he misses the layup. 44 seconds left to go until the fourth quarter. Trey Johnston comes down the lane, puts up a floater, and misses long. Dylan Black coming down the right side of the floor, bounce passes it to Danny Wilder, who just misses the fadeaway. Picked up by Clayton Turnage. Turnage gives it to Johnston. Johnson now on the top of the three-point line. Johnston to Brock Throne, who backs his way into the paint. He'll miss the close shot. Denver Bravo has the ball now. 11 seconds left to go till the fourth quarter. They can take the last shot if they wanted to. Shot clock's off, and they will. Denver Bravo takes the three-pointer, and it'll miss. .7 seconds left to go in the third quarter. They'll get it into Hartwell Davis. Hartwell Davis will dribble it down the floor and a heave at the buzzer. He'll just miss. And there's the end of the fourth quarter for you. We'll be right back, or the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter on News Talk 1150 KAGO and mybasin.com.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we
That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail.
Welcome back to the Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week. Trey Johnston gives it to Hartwell, cutting baseline, now gives it to DeYoung. DeYoung drives into the paint, he'll put it up and in. Dylan DeYoung, his fifth point of the game. Cut the lead to 18, 48-32. Denver Bravo from the free throw line. He'll miss that jumper. Harwell Davis will bring it up the floor. He'll pass it up ahead to Trey Johnson on the left corner. Now he'll hand that one off to Hartwell in the left corner. He'll miss long. DeYoung tries a three from the right corner. He'll follow his shot, but he'll miss. Dylan Black picks it up. He'll give it to Denver Bravo. Bravo on the right side of the floor now for the Panthers. He'll give it to Dylan Black. Black on the right wing. He'll pick up his dribble, now giving it to Edward Jones on the top of the three-point line. Jones now to Bravo. Bravo on the right wing, into Danny Black. Back out to Bravo, thinks about a three, pump fake into the lane. He'll hit a floater, and no good. Trey Johnston running in the pack, he'll miss. He'll put back his own shot, he'll miss again, but Brock Throne is there to put that shot back. I wonder, do they even pass to Brock Throne, or is a rebound just like a pass? Because he gets so many rebounds. Do they think, oh, I'll just put it up there and credit the pass to me? Dylan Black, step back three, rims out. An offensive foul from the Warriors will turn the ball over to the Panthers. All right, some deliberation, and no, it'll be a defensive foul. The Warriors will have the ball now. And Throne giving it to Johnston. Johnston will finally cross the half-court line for the Warriors. He'll dribble into a three from the top of the three-point line, and it's in. Trey Johnson with his first points of the night, a big three. 51-34. And we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back on 1150 News Talk KAGO and mybasin.com.
The Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local, community engaged.
Welcome back to the Geno's Cafe 40th anniversary game of the week. Score is 48-37 in favor of the Panthers. Dylan Black will bring it down the floor for the Panthers, giving it to Danny Wilder now on the right wing. Wilder giving it to Danny Black. Now to Dylan Black on the left wing. Dylan Black trying to get it inside of Denver Bravo. It's knocked out of bounds by Dylan DeYoung. DeYoung was face guarding him, trying to keep the ball out of his hands at all costs. They're trying that same strategy, keeping the ball out of Denver Bravo's hands, except this time they fouled him. That'll be their second team foul this quarter. Nothing to worry about. We'll reset the shot clock, and here we go. Inbounds pass underneath their own basket. Panthers trying to get it to Edward Jones. It's knocked out of bounds by Brock Throne. Dylan Black will throw it in yet again. This time he does get it to Edward Jones, and they'll swing it to Danny Black. Danny Black to Dylan Black. Just off the fingertips of Danny Black. Tough pass. No press from the Panthers. Trey Johnson will jog it down the floor. He's met by Denver Bravo. He'll pass it up to Hartwell Davis on the left corner for three. He'll miss wildly. Danny Wild coming back the other way. He'll miss the fast break layup. Trey Johnson was double teamed on the rebound, and he'll travel. So the Panthers have it yet again underneath their own basket. After that quick, fast break from Danny Wilder, he missed the layup. Trey Johnston got the rebound, then he traveled. So now the Panthers have it in with their own basket. They'll pass it in to Denver Bravo, who will make that short layup. 50-37 now. Panthers lead, 4 minutes, 12 seconds left to go. Brock Throne is fouled underneath on that entry pass. And the Warriors have a chance to score as they pass it in underneath their own basket. Hartwell Davis throwing it in to Moritz on the right wing now to Trey Johnson. Back to Hartwell Davis for three. Oh, off the back of the rim. Danny Wilder shows his speed, getting out ahead, putting up the floater, nothing but net. Leyland Wilder. Dylan DeYoung on the left corner now to Trey Johnston for three. That's good. Trey Johnston hits that tray. And a timeout is called. We'll stay right here with you. Some good basketball played from these here boys. Crosspoint Christian fighting to stay in it. They were down by 20 at one point. Now back within 12. Just a little bit of time left to go in the game. About 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So half a quarter to make up a 12-point deficit. If you're the Warriors, you've beat Chiloquin once. You're hoping you can do it again, but Chiloquin does have the home court advantage, and they're playing very well tonight. Leyland Wilder will throw it in for the Panthers. He'll be able to run the baseline if he wants to. He'll get it in to Dylan Black. Now back to Leyland Wilder. Wilder's so fast. He runs the full length of the floor, puts up a layup, and misses short. Hartwell Davis now brings it back. Gives it up to Brock Throne. Throne backs his way, giving it back out to Hartwell Davis. Now to Moritz. Moritz for three. It rims out. Leyland Wilder bringing it across half court on the left side. Now giving it to Denver Bravo. Bravo putting it up. And he went down hard. He was guarded by Brock Throne, who had his feet planted. I believe they called that a charge on Denver Bravo. Home crowd's not too happy about that call. I believe they were looking for a blocking foul. But Denver Bravo goes to the bench. He's injured. He'll be checked out by our friends from Elevate Physical Therapy. The Warriors have possession now after that charge. Trey Johnston will bring it down, getting it inside now to Brock Throne, who's fouled. Throne had about three guys just hanging on his arms like monkey bars. So, Brock Throne so strong. Chiloquin almost playing a little bit of a hack-a-shack game here tonight with him as he misses the first. Brock Throne is 3 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 for 8 from the line tonight. Brock Throne excels at a lot of things, but tonight it's not from the line. He'll make the second, however, and split his trip. (52-41) is your score. As Dylan Black goes up and gets fouled, back-to-back trips to the line on either end. Danny Black. He's got 6 points tonight. Make that 7 as he makes his first free throw. He'll make it 53-41 in favor of the Panthers. He'll miss his second, however. It's rebounded by Brock Throne, given it to Trey Johnston, who brings it down the right side of the floor, now to the left. He'll give it to Hartwell Davis on the left wing. Hartwell Davis kicks it to Trey Johnston, who drives baseline, puts it up and in. Double clutch layup, no backboard for Trey Johnston. 53-43, 10-point game. 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. Leyland Wilder on the right side of the floor now. Gives it to Holster. Holster going to work against Hartwell Davis. Back to Leyland Wilder. Now to Dylan Black. Black drives, kicks it back out to Holster. Holster double team now to Leyland Wilder. Wilder shows his speed, drives in the lane, misses off the backboard. DeYoung gets the rebound, gives it to Trey Johnston. Johnston on the left side now. Puts up the floater, misses off the backboard, but Brock Throne gets the rebound and puts it in. Brock Throne cuts the lead to 8, 53-45. We have a game on our hands, just under 2 minutes left to go in this contest. We don't have a timeout left here, so we'll stay right here with you for this timeout. I believe that Coach Tim Moore took a full timeout. Crosspoint playing well, battling back against Chiloquin. Like I said, they were down by 20 at one point this game. Now they're within 8. Got 2.5 minutes to make up an 8-point deficit. I think that there's been a lot of contact that's kind of gotten out of hand, and now they're starting to call it a little bit. And now that they're starting to call the contact, it's favoring the Warriors and Brock Throne down underneath a little bit more than it's favoring the Panthers. Also, Denver Bravo went out with an injury, and that's really impacted the Panthers because he's our leading scorer so far tonight for the Panthers. Danny Black will throw it in for the Panthers. He'll give it in to Dylan Black, who's fouled by Brock Throne. So they'll award that foul to Trey Johnston, actually. That's his second foul tonight. Minute 50 left to go, and Chiloquin still has the ball. They'll get it to Dylan Black, who drives into the lane, puts up the floater, misses off the back of the rim. Edward Jones gets the rebound, puts up the shot, and is fouled. Edward Jones will have an opportunity to shoot 2 here for his team. Maybe extend their lead to 10. We've got players fouling out all over the place. I was mistaken. Denver Bravo fouled out with that blocking, or with that charging foul, and then just now Clayton Turnage fouled out. Edward Jones extends the lead to 9, 54-45, as he makes his first. He'll make his second as well. Edward Jones extends the lead to 10, 55-45, minute 40 left to go. We're going to have to shoot some threes. They're going to get it into Brock Throne, who's fouled. Brock Throne is just so strong. It takes 3 men just to move him. And at that point, it's an obvious foul. So Brock Throne will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. Throne will make his first. Throne will miss his second. He'll split his trip to the line. However, Hartwell Davis gets the rebound, gives it to Petrick, now to Moritz for three from the top of the three-point line. He'll miss. Another offensive rebound for Hartwell Davis. Petrick gets it in to Brock. Brock now into Moritz. Moritz on the block, gets fouled. He'll go to the line. Back-to-back trips for the Crosspoint Warriors. Great passing. They got it into Brock Throne on the elbow of the free throw line, and then Throne just turned around, rifled that pass in to Caden Moritz. Moritz will miss the first. And the second. And Edward Jones will pull down the rebound for Chiloquin. Edward Jones across the half-court line. He'll lose it out of bounds. But it's tipped out by the Warriors. So Chiloquin will have it underneath their own basket. And Clayton Turnage will come in for Brock Throne. Quick bucket for Dylan Black. And they'll extend the lead to 11. They called a foul on Danny Black, who is going for the steal. And because we are in bonus, Caden Moritz will shoot another two. Moritz misses the first. And for the second, he'll make it. One half of the gym went quiet while the other one erupted. We've got very active crowds tonight for either team. Coach Jane will take another timeout. 57-47. Just about a minute left to go in the game. 10-point game between the top two teams in the Mountain Valley Conference of the 1A division. Some great play tonight. Back and forth. Boy, this has been exciting. A quick scoring update from KU and Henley. KU is traveling across town to face Henley, and they're leading 42-41. My counterpart, Josh Eldridge, is on that stream, so if you want to go watch that, it's on mybasin.com. All right. Getting things going as both teams starting to come out of their timeouts. Both teams have taken the floor now. It'll be Chiloquin ball. Warriors are in a full court press now. 10-point game, like I said. Ball immediately knocked out by Petrick. Holster will throw it in for the Panthers. Holster looking for anyone, finds Leyland Wilder. Wilder now fouled by Hartwell. 54 seconds left on the clock. Wilder will shoot two as they are in bonus. 57-47 is the score. Minute left to go. Wilder will miss his first. Hartwell Davis was hiding over there in the corner trying to cherry pick a three, but Dylan Black was on his A game. Leyland Wilder makes his second. 58-47 is the score now. Scramble for the ball. Players are hitting the deck. Chiloquin comes up with it. Now on the left side, we have Danny Black giving it to Dylan Black. Dylan Black gets fouled before he can rifle the shot off to Edward Jones. 34 seconds left on the clock. And Dylan Black has a chance to ice the game. .11 game, 34 seconds left. Dylan Black makes the first, making it a 12-point game. He misses the second off the back of the rim, but fights to get his rebound. He's then fouled by Petrick. And he'll go to the line once more. Less than a second ran off the clock during that play. Black, nothing but net for his first one. He split his last trip to the line, making the first, missing the second. Nothing but net for the second one now. 61-47. Chiloquin Panthers lead, 30 seconds left to play. Hartwell Davis now brings the ball down the floor, triggers a long three. It's rebounded by Dylan Black. Dylan Black passes it ahead to Leyland Wilder. Wilder now to Dylan Black. Black will dribble the clock out. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crosspoint waves the white flag, 61-47. The Chiloquin Panthers are your victors and are now atop the Mountain Valley League Conference. We'll be right back for leading scorers and a little bit of talk of what this means on 1150 News Talk KAGO and MyBasin.com. Back after this.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
There's something special about this place. It's more than the quiet mornings and the open skies. It's more than the scenery. It's the people. Around here, people still wave when you pass by. They check in when something's wrong. They show up when it matters. At Sage Credit Union, we're proud to live and work in a region that believes in each other. A place where neighbors lend a hand, small businesses thrive, and generosity runs deep. We believe that being part of a community means giving back to it, not just with dollars, but with time, effort, and heart. That's why our employees earn paid volunteer time. That's why you'll see us at food drives, fundraisers, and the local fair. We show up for our community. This isn't just where we work. This is where we live, where we give, and where we grow. Right here, in the coffee shop, at the fundraiser, and in our local branch. At Sage Credit Union, we've found our people. We'll see you around town.
Over the last year, you've heard and seen the advertisement for God's Gifts 2, a local photographer who travels to high school sporting events and takes individual and team action photos at a great price. Something you may not know, though, is that the money from God's Gifts Photography supports 6 children in Kenya who Annalisa has met on mission trips. If you'd like to capture your athlete in action and help support these kids, call 5412.
Welcome back to the Geno's Cafe 40th anniversary game of the week here on mybasin.com. The Chiloquin Panthers come out victorious atop the Crosspoint Warriors at home, 61-47 on senior night. Going over some leading scores, we'll start with the visitors. Brock Throne was by far the leading scorer for the Crosspoint Warriors with 17 points. Davis Hartwell and Trey Johnston helped him out with 8 apiece. For Chiloquin, the leading scorer was Denver Bravo with 19 points, even though he fouled out early in the fourth quarter. Edward Jones helped him out with 14. So those are your unofficial leading scorers. Looking over what this means for the Mountain Valley League Conference, Chiloquin stays atop the league, 12-1 in league, 19-4 overall. Crosspoint Christian, they fall to 10-2. Doesn't hurt them much because the third place is 7-3. So they've got some room to go in second place, some room to move. So both are guaranteed a spot in the playoffs as it stands. Chiloquin looking good for a home playoff game. So that's exactly what the playoff picture looks like for both of these teams. This was a great game. I'd like to thank you all for joining in. I'd like to thank Coach James Jane and Coach Tim Moore for helping me out with the rosters and the score. So thank you for everyone for listening, and we'll be back with another Geno's 40th anniversary game of the week on Friday as the second place in the Skyline Conference, KU, plays against the third place in the Skyline Conference, Mazama. So we'll be right back, we'll be right back on Friday. So come join us on mybasin.com on Friday to come watch that game. It'll be a fun one. I'm excited to cover it. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good night.